very quickly, Justin, did you
Yeah.
do anything with your microphone? It sounds way
It sounds a
different.
little. It sounds off. No, yeah, it sounds.
Oh yeah, I was
Oh, it's
talking into the
backwards.
back
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
There we go.
Cut that out.
We're professional. I was like, it sounded very like you're in a bathroom or something.
Okay, we have our intro to the episode. Okay, we're gonna. I'm gonna roll
Yeah,
again.
we do.
Hayden, you pick it off. I'm gonna start rolling in 3, 2, 1. There's a flavor of dressing called Asian dressing,
Yes, I know the one.
and it's just so broad.
Which part of Asia?
And it's just, there's gonna be sesame in there because that's apparently it's like an Asian thing.
It's
Maybe.
so Asian, bro.
So Asian.
So Asian.
Yeah.
They, as a matter of fact, back in Alberta, we used to call it sesamisation. That didn't work. It was better in my head. Yeah, it was.
In your head, it sounded good.
If you committed to
In
it,
my-
I would have fully bought into it.
You know what? In my head, they were cessation. Sesamasian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Szechuan.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Now you're just
see?
tossing
I know Asian
out
things.
Oriental vocabulary. I like it.
Your turn, Hayden. What's...
Udamame.
Ooh. Wow. Here I've
Udamame.
been saying it
Okay.
edamame my whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it is edamame. Udamame, edamame. Who knows? Okay, I've got.
Udamame sounds way cooler. I kind of want to hop on that bandwagon.
Speaking on just this real quickly, because obviously I pronounce words differently.
No.
You?
Who knows? I think it's everybody else. Say there's a sports team that you follow
Okay.
that's playing in a competition that isn't the regular competition. What do you call that?
Okay. Are you going to call it a friendly?
No. I
Okay.
don't want to say the word because it's
Yeah.
how I say it differently. So you
Oh,
went
I
to
see.
you went to Victoria with your
Exhibition.
team
Yeah,
for
exhibition.
what?
It's an exhibition game.
What if it's several games? What is the World Cup that's coming up? The FIFA World Cup.
Tournament. A hockey tournament. So what we went to when we went to Nanaimo is we went to a tournament.
That's how you say it?
Yeah, tournament. How do you say it?
Tournament. Yeah, I say tournament.
Yeah, we say tournament because
Yeah.
we
With a-
fucking know how to read. Yeah.
No, because
Yeah, we do the TER tournament kind of
Yeah.
sound.
we Aussies
Or
obviously
the you.
we enunciate the second letter of the word, and you enunciate the third letter of the word.
Yeah, because the first two are silent, dude. You don't say the first two.
So it's just ornament. We got an ornament.
We're going to the... Well, actually, you want to know what we call it? Honestly, I've never called it a tournament. I couldn't tell you last time I called it a tournament. We call it a tourney. We call it
Tourney.
a tourney.
Attorney.
Tournament.
So
Attorney.
you pronounce the OUR, you really emphasize the OUR. So when you come across the British spelling of color, do you really lean into the LOUR?
Color. No. See, it's weird like that. See, I was just thinking then, I was like, I don't say journey, I say journey. Same letter
well,
combination.
See?
But
There
that's
you go.
the now I understand why like people have such issues with learning English because we all speak it, but we speak it differently.
Yeah, there's this great guy. Well, there's probably multiple people, but on TikTok, and he does like little skits by himself, and he'd be like a teacher at a whiteboard. And he'd be like, "Okay, so
Oh yes,
read
yes,
this
yes.
word," and then it'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know what exactly you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
It's like bomb and tomb and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he writes bomb. He's like, "How do you pronounce this?" And he goes, "Bomb." And he's like, "Yeah." And then he wipes away the first B and puts a T. And he's like, "How do you pronounce this?" And he's like, "Tom." And he's like, "No,
No.
Why would you think that? It's obviously tomb." And then and he goes, and it's crazy. There are so many words like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I've learned patience when... Does it make me a bad person? Like when I was like my kids are first learning to read, there's times I'm like, God damn it! Like we've
You say it like this.
and there's so many words that you get to when they're first learning too, and you're like, oh, so what we call these are sight words because when you look at them, they don't make sense. You just need to know when you look at it that that's how you pronounce it, like the, or of, or I don't know. There's just simple little 2-3 letter words that when you look at them as a child, like, you know, you can go sit or cat, like k, ah, t. Because that's how you learn it, right? What the letters are, what sounds they make, and then you sound out each letter, and then you learn about forming them and putting them together. So some words in English, you're just like, yeah, you just got to know that one.
The one I love is Q. It is literally the letter Q followed by what, 5 silent letters, but it is doing the meaning of itself.
Yes.
Whatever that is. I'm like,
Yeah, why wouldn't they spell, like, okay, you can't just write the letter, right? So they're gonna put Q for like a line for people who don't understand or know that term. Why not shorten it though a bit?
How would you spell it? I would go with a KEW. You know what I mean? If you spell it out phonetically, like what you do with a cat.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's already a word.
Remember Michael, one of our acting coaches?
Which one? Grant?
Yeah. When he was acted in Japan for quite a bit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because he spells it like Mikal. Anyways, the way he spells it, and he's like, he changed it so it's phonetic. And it's like, yeah, why can't everything just be spelled phonetically?
I didn't know he changed it for that reason.
Yeah.
But I guess when you read the word Michael, how it's spelled now, it's kind of like Michael.
Yeah, so he changed it to Mikal.
Right.
Mikal.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Language 101 with the Chummy Thumbs.
Yeah.
That's right.
Listen, you should not be taking English lessons from us.
No.
Hayden makes shit up half the time. We don't know what he's talking about.
I'm a writer.
Yeah.
I've got liberties afforded to me, so
yeah, that's true. Shaw's ESL.
I'm ESL.
And I did my education in Alberta. So
and we're talking for a living, so good on us. It's like, don't get us to write it down. We'll just talk, but we can't write shit down. I feel bad for the next generation though. They're not even getting taught handwriting, so.
Oh, cursive.
Jocelyn does it because she'll write, and it's funny because she'll be like, "Dad, let's see your cursive," because she's got a whiteboard in her room and she writes stuff, and she's got very neat printing and cursive. And man, it's lost. Like there's some letters I got to think about. I'm like, how do you do this letter again? But it makes sense. I mean,
I always found the capital Q in cursive kind of weird because it looks like a 2 kind of thing.
Yeah, it's all freaking. If you do the old fancy one, it's all.
Yeah.
I just cheat and do a Q and then I'll cursive the rest of the word.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. Just based off of what I'm looking at right now, because I look at these two fine gentlemen when we do this podcast, which reminds me, there's a sort of a big, kind of a big news Hollywood-wise in terms of casting. For those of you who like Lord of the Rings, they announced recently that they finally recast a younger version of Aragorn, who was, of course, played by Viggo Mortensen. Is that
That's
right?
how I would have said it. Yeah.
if we're going by phonetics here.
Yeah, phonetics. Yeah, and Viggo, it should be then.
Viggo.
And sometimes when they recast things, because this is before the actual trilogy, correct, Hayden? So they needed someone younger looking, and Vigo right now looks like he's a little bit weathered, and I don't think he would be right to reprise his role in terms of making him look younger. I guess maybe they can CG it or something like that, but I think he even said that he's not really right for it, so they went for someone else. And I think that it's not a bad. I don't think it's a bad choice. I don't. Justin, have you seen this new casting?
No, I
Are you
have
are you a Lord of the Rings kind of guy? Or are you more? I know you're a Star Wars guy for sure, but
I like Star Wars, Harry Potter, the big franchises. I like Game of Thrones. I did. I watched the original trilogy once. Maybe, yeah, I'd say I've probably only watched the original trilogy once. Uh, and it wasn't that I never liked it, that I didn't watch it again. I didn't watch The Hobbit. I didn't watch anything after. Um, so I guess it's tough to say I'm a fan. I wouldn't say like I follow it and watched it a bunch and know it like I know Harry Potter or Star Wars.
right.
But I do remember enjoying the movies when I watched them.
Yeah. Hayden, what do you think about this casting?
I don't know who he is. I'd have to look him up. And I wasn't entirely convinced when I saw it at first because they've been throwing out recasting rumors for a long time.
Sure. Yeah.
So I was like, wait.
Did you
I
check
don't-
the date after it was announced?
Yeah. No, this is like even before April 1st because, but yeah, looking at the guy's picture show, I think with the right wig, because I'm guessing he'll wear a wig, and the right uniform, and the beard and whatnot, he'll look the part. And I think they can get
I was
away
saying,
with
so
it
his, yeah.
because he is playing a
Can you
younger
guys-
version of himself.
Can you remind me, and I mean, not me, can you remind the people listening who maybe aren't as familiar with Lord of the Rings as you guys, which character exactly did Viggo Mortensen play?
He goes by two names. He's listed as Strider in this new one. Yeah, so he's listed as Strider or
And who is he?
Aragorn.
Of course, Aragorn. Yeah.
This gentleman's
said
name
that
is
earlier.
Jamie Dornan, the new guy, and I agree with Hayden. I think his facial structure looks a lot like Vigo's. I think they have to put on the wig, and I also think he has to wear contacts because I think his eyes are different colors. But yeah. So this is one of those recastings that makes sense. Unlike we're not gonna get into this, but unlike some of the Harry Potter questionable recasting choices, we can go into long discussion about that one. But do you guys know how many Supermans have been recast?
Oh, this will be fun. Christopher Reeves. Okay.
Okay, are we talking TV show as well or just film?
Yeah.
Oh. I was thinking film, but I guess you
Okay,
can
we'll
add
stick with
TV.
just
I don't even
film.
know.
Okay.
Well, I will just say really quickly, I can't even remember his name, but the TV show Lois and Lane, I thought this was interesting. The guy that was cast as Superman, I'm pretty sure he has a Latino background, but he has since he has joined ICE. And I'm like, hold up. That doesn't
Okay.
quite fit with your own heritage. But I may be wrong. Don't quote me on that, folks. But anyway, back to the movies of who's been cast as Superman. We've got Christopher Reeve. Do you want me to give the next one? We've got Brandon Roth.
Okay. Well, I'll go easy because you probably know more. Oh my God, Henry C.
Cavill.
Cavill. I say Cavell. I was like, I don't think that sounds right.
I don't even know the new guy's name. But the new James Gunn one. So what's that for film versions? That's 4.
Yeah, to be honest, outside of those. Right. Who else? You know what? That guy that you mentioned, he was in Lois and Lane. I thought he did a movie as well. Maybe I'm just thinking of him from Lois and Lane because I was going to say that guy.
I guess it's kind of hard to really get an answer because there have been a lot of people who voiced him a lot, even before television. Superman was on stage plays and radio and audio dramas. But I was specifically thinking of movies at first. But then now that we opened up to television, there's a lot.
No, I wouldn't even want to open it to television. Yeah, just movies. How many? Is there 5?
No. So
4?
there's 12.
Oh,
12.
there's been that many
Really?
Superman movies?
Yeah.
It starts off with 1948 to 1950. Kirk Allen
Okay, there's going
was
to be
the
some
very
black
first
and white
actor
one.
to play
Isn't it?
Superman on screen. Superman and its sequel, Atom Man versus Superman. So he is the first one, and then it goes all the way to 2025 with David Corenswet. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but Corenswet.
Corn sweat. Is this like a
C-O-R-E-N
Spiro the Dragon and a Crash Bandicoot?
Oh my god.
Crash.
It's just
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot.
David
What a guy.
Corn
You
sweat.
guys, Nicolas Cage was supposed to play a Tim Burton version of Superman, but that got canceled. But
He looked the part though.
they released I guess, is it audition or fittings? I think he got the part, right? But there was like fittings. So yeah, there's a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
people.
I can't imagine him as a Superman.
I can't really either because I think he had like little bit of a he
It's like
showed
a
his chest
sculpted
a lot.
suit.
V-cut?
Yeah, and I think you can kind of see there's like hair sticking out, like his chest hair sticking out. It was kind of weird. I don't know.
Sorry, I know you're trying to move to something, but when is the last time you've been excited about a Nicolas Cage movie?
National Treasure 3, which hasn't come out yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going ahead.
Okay, so like a real one that's like one that's already come out that you're like, oh man,
I'm
I
gonna
can't
go
wait.
see that Nicolas Cage film.
I don't think I ever got to that point for Nicolas Cage where I'm like I need to go watch this, but I did really enjoy I don't remember the name of the movie though. The one where he kind of makes fun of himself with what's the guy Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
Mhm.
Do you guys know which movie? Or
I
have
don't know
you
what it's
watched
called, but I know what you're talking about.
It's called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and that came out in 2022.
I
that
haven't
was
seen it.
that was quite funny. But yeah, there was just a lot of people who have been. I didn't know. Learn something every day. A lot of people have portrayed the man of what do you call it?
Steel.
Oh, speaking of that, I think it's time to maybe get
Good one. I fell right into that.
Yeah, I'm so happy because I thought it was gonna be dead silent because I was like, I see what he's doing, and then when you said it, I was like, and then I thought you were onto it too, Hayden, and then you said it so enthusiastically.
Still.
So we are back for a second installment to discuss the second half of the Amazon Prime show Steel, starring Sophie Turner, and we are discussing episodes 4, 5, and 6. It's only a 6 episode series. Can one of you remind the viewers where we left off after episode 3? Because I watched 4, 5, 6 almost a week ago consecutively in one day, and it's kind of a jumble in my brain. Go ahead, Hayden.
So the end of episode 3 is Zara, played by Sophie Turner, returns to her home after she's received the documents from... Actually, was that episode 4?
Oh, great.
Okay. She returns home and she gets... what's his nuts? That's the dude that's losing his shit.
Morgan.
Luke?
Morgan, that's the name.
Oh.
Morgan pulls a gun on her and he's like, "You're coming with me." That was where the end of 3. So I'm pretty sure that was she got the package from MI5, didn't she? And they're like, "Don't go and talk to anybody." And what does she do? She goes and talks to everybody before she leaves.
Right. Right.
But yeah, it did end up, yeah, exactly that. And you could see it coming. Luke periodically is trying to like, he was trying to coerce people into his escape, and he found a weakness. And you got Morgan to do that, yeah. And then they got her. I guess I'll talk first. Okay, so
Go with it. Go with it.
the very first thing I want to say is this. Okay, Amazon net sales revenue. Okay, based on quarter for 2024 filings, made roughly $638 billion.
Just a small amount.
Just a small amount. Operating income was 68.6 billion. Jeff Bezos, easy with the fucking ads, bro. Don't make me like get just another subscription on the subscription I already have for your fucking thing, so I don't have to watch. Just dial them down. There's so many commercials on Amazon Prime. It is painful, and they're not like, okay, I can skip this in 5 seconds. It's like minute and a half, sometimes minute 50. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Bezos, you make enough money. Anyways, that's the first thing I want to say. Okay,
It does ruin the flow. I agree with you. Sorry, go
oh
on.
dude,
It's horrible.
and like
'Cause I never
if you're
pick
gonna
a
put
spot.
one in, then it's fine. Okay, do one if you have to, which you don't, but you're gonna do one, right? Yeah, okay, man. 4, 5, 6. God, I kind of man, I've been struggling with it because I was so hyped after the first 3. I thought everything was so well planned out as far as the heist went, and then 4, 5, 6 were kind of like, yeah, 2, 3, you're living in the post heist time, but it's kind of like the immediate after. And as we're into 4, 5, 6, more time has passed, and I felt it really slowed down for me. That sort of the pacing that it had, that tension. They still, I felt, did a good job throughout. Because you don't know who's behind it. You think it's these people, but then as 4, 5, 6 go along, like a little bit more information is coming out that this might be, something more. Like, you knew it wasn't just like 8 armed people. They were backed by somebody. So you want to know that, and you start finding where the money goes and all this. So it kind of slowed down. It's going through that while they have Luke hostage, and Zara, because Morgan takes him. So there is still a little bit of tension and unease, but overall, like, before we get into the nitty gritty, I felt it really slowed down for me. And while there was a twist I didn't see coming at the end, as a matter of fact, they had almost me guess wrong a couple times on what the twist actually is. So they did a really good job with being able to execute that. So I give them credit there. But I felt it could have been stronger. It was a bit meh in that. I mean, even something as simple as adding a little 5 minutes after it ended to sort of wrap it up where everybody was that was involved, and what their life is. I get that maybe they're leaving that open. It doesn't, because to me, when it ended, it didn't feel like, oh, this is going to be a season 2. Whereas I feel like if they ended it differently, they could have really set it up for a good, and like kept it going. And even if it was if it was just intentionally to be 6 episodes, it didn't punch the way I wanted it to with the ending.
I think there's a couple parts for me where I threw my hands up in the air a little bit, kind of like, oh, come on. 3 that I can think of right now. I'm just nitpicking. I just thought it's tough because in a show like this, there's a certain amount of realism but then there's also some parts where I didn't buy, and I don't know if they could have rewritten it or blocked it differently or whatever. One particular was the how Luke was able to finesse his way to convincing Sniper to kind of change his ways. Um, just the way he was, talking to them and trying to get close to them and kind of drive a wedge between them. The way he's standing by the window and just eavesdropping on them and watching them the whole time. There are a couple of times when Sniper looked up and saw him, and just based on that, I don't think that. I know they have to drive the story forward, but I just didn't think that was the right way to do it. That's a small thing. Another thing was when Milo, yes, Milo, the one who got the 20 million, he had, was it mace or something? Yeah, he maced Sniper, while the other two just kind of.
Do they call him Sniper? I think his name is Morgan. Or are you just giving him a nickname, Sniper?
No, he has that nickname as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's his that's his.
And I have a theory as to why, but I'll get to that.
Because I was like,
let's hear it in a second.
Yeah. Let him finish. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I was just frustrated at that part where he maced him, and then the other two just kind of didn't do anything. They were right there. Yeah, okay. You can factor in the fact that they were
bound,
wrist bound, and sort of probably really scared. But I don't know. It just, to me, I would, if they went that route, I would have wished that they were farther away, or they were in another room or something where they couldn't have been few feet from Morgan or Sniper and could have maybe like kicked him in the face or whatever. You know what I mean? It's 3 against 1. Yes, I understand there's some kind of stakes involved. I understand that, but that part I was a little bit frustrated because there was so much build up. There's what's gonna happen, and finally he maced him, and then they just kind of like let him die, and that's how I saw it. So yeah, I actually don't really remember the third one, but it might come back to me later. But these little things kind of pulled me out of it a little bit.
There's definitely a hole for me. It's kind of like only one hole in it, but one thing I really liked is the scene where she went back to her mom and to get the cold wallet and totally played her, because she just knew her mom and knew she would probably try and tamper with it or get somebody, and the only way she can pull off that little switch is if that did happen, and she bluffed her mom. And it's funny because when that happened and she stormed out, I turned to, and I was like, that was a dummy. Like, she bought I was like, and then because you see her, like, there's like this little smile, and it's like, I was like, oh, that's so, like, I didn't see that as an audience. I was like, that was so slick and so well. So it did have a lot of things like that I really thought, I was like, man, there's a lot, like, it's very creative, smart writing. And then there's a scene where at the end, they're all in the investment building, and freaking Rhys peeks out the window. He's like, oh my goodness, it's MI5. MI5's here. And you see like the 3 MI5 vehicles like rolling up. 20 minutes later, I'm like, what the heck? They haven't come in. They still aren't there. And then like 20 minutes later, the police show up, and the police are the first ones there. I was like, what is happening? Like, was that MI5? Did they just not show up? Like, or no, that was because were the bad guys already there? Or like
the bad guys went there first, I think.
Yeah, but did he? Maybe I was thinking those were. He thought that was MI5 and those were the mercenaries. Maybe I'm getting that mixed up.
But when that scene with the
no,
mom,
they were hiding from them. Yeah.
That scene with the mom. Did you guys catch on to it as soon as she dropped the thing? Because you know how she drops the drive.
Cold wallet.
Yeah, thank you. The cold wallet. and then she picks it up. Immediately, I knew that was something because that added nothing to that part of the scene. So I'm like, oh, something, she must have switched it or something at that very moment. But yeah, I loved how that happened. I remember before Hayden speaks on this, I remember the third thing that this is just me. The scene where she, before Morgan kind of tore shit up or whatever, she went to go see Rhys and told him about it and said that I'm gonna give you the money. And he was very upset by it and like refused the money. And I was like, dude, like just take the money. Like you don't have a job anymore. Like you could really use the money. Like he has some pride and stuff like that. I get it. Like
It's pride, ego.
He took some feels. He slept with her and then he caught some feels. He's like, I don't want your money. I don't want to feel like a prostitute. Like,
dude, I don't know, man. Maybe it just speaks to my character, but I'm like, I would just take it.
Well, they talked that whole part up about how the debt gets sold on to bad people. And I was like, oh, okay, so it's getting sold on to like British mobsters and they're going to basically just come for you instead of the money. But then later on, and he's just like, oh, there's the interest on top of my debt is just astronomical. I'm like, oh, that's not that bad. It's not really that bad. You've still got all your limbs. You're still able to gamble. Like initially
until you can't pay it back. Yeah.
I know, but initially the first guy obviously was a loan shark, and he's like, I'm selling your debt to people that aren't as kind as I am. I'm like, oh, so, they're going to be coming for him. I know there's obviously not enough episodes to cover that, but I was a little bit let down by the fact that they were just like, they just plonked more interest on top of it. So my theory on the fact that the dude's name was Sniper and Morgan. So it goes all the way until the very end, which, like you, Justin, I was trying to figure out who was like the person above the people that did the heist. And I was like, I've got no idea. Are they going to bring in someone completely new? Is it someone we already saw? Then they kept throwing all these little bits in, like they showed the intern again in quite a significant scene. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding. If it's the freaking intern, is like I was like, no, please don't. And then it wasn't. And then there was a scene with Zara where she says to the main guy, she's like, no one was supposed to get hurt, and everybody's like now dying. And I was like, hold up, have we been just like blindsided this whole time? And Zara is actually the one that's orchestrated it. So they were throwing all these little things in there that were, and then for it to be Andrew Koji's character, and I was like, okay, and it makes sense.
I didn't see it coming at all either, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was not on my radar. They did such a good job.
I think they did that on purpose because after that big scene where he goes to talk to the rich, I can't remember
the Sir dude.
The Sir dude.
It made so much sense why he went after him like that.
He kind of disappeared a little bit for a few episodes, and so when it came time when they started introducing the intern and trying to maybe let the audience mislead the audience a little bit, I started thinking, okay, who could it be? Because usually these shows, it's someone that you have obviously met the character before, and it's usually someone that has like a pretty decent part. And I thought, I was going down the list. I'm like, okay, yeah, like you guys, the intern, no way. I would hate this so much if it was an intern. Milo, no. That blonde girl. And then I was going down the list of characters, and I thought, we haven't seen him, Koji, in a long time. And I said, I bet you it's him. And this was like, I think episode 5 or something like that. Yeah, so sure enough, when it all kind of happened, I'm like, oh my god, yeah, I rarely get these right, but
nice.
Yeah, that one I was proud of, but not just based on
spoilers. Whoa, yeah.
Not based on his purpose or whatever. It was just more based on a production sort of viewpoint of, I think they didn't bring him in for the last few episodes to make you forget him a little bit, and then
strategy.
Yeah, I think that's the only way I would have gotten it.
Because even like they had that one like last sort of like, oh, this is it. We finally found out moment when Morgan and Zara are there fighting right before she kills him. And she says, like, I just like, who did it or who was it? Like, I just want to know. And he's Morgan's like, ask your police friend. And then she kills him. And I was like, and then I thought, no, man, like, no, okay, like, he said that. And I accept that he said that. But I instantly was trying to be like, why? What? How? What is he?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, so trying to figure out why he did it, right? Okay, because he's got this gambling debt. And then he gets himself suspended. So then when he disappears, like the gambling debt doesn't really matter because he's getting all this money. And then and he's intentionally set up this whole thing so that they suspend him or fire him and he loses his job. So then when he disappears, it's just like, oh yeah, he's disappeared. It's not like he has to all of a sudden quit or just disappears one day. And I was like, oh, that's pretty elaborate, but it didn't feel right. And then so when she confronted him, Zara confronted Rhys about it and was like, hey, I gotta ask you, like, Morgan said this last thing right before he died. And he said his bit and it was believable. I believed it. And then he disappeared and he was looking through the files. And even when he said, I know who it was, I was thinking, please, okay, is it the MI5 agent? Was it his partner? I was like, no, none of those people make sense. And so I didn't think it was them. And I was just literally struggling right to the end until I saw him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, fuck, man. So yeah, they really did do a lot. Make him disappear for a couple episodes, a little misdirection, but not like in your face obvious. It's like little kind of hints, like he said, hidden throughout, not even hints, but little like decoys. And then when they do kind of tease you with the reveal, it's still not like certain. So really, really well done.
So we did.
Sorry, Hayden, go ahead.
We took a long detour of my theory that I never even actually mentioned. But
Yeah, let's
jump into it real quick. Okay, Shao, you go.
I like your theory. This is your theory. Here's my theory as to why they call him Sniper and Morgan. Okay, so and then you started talking about completely other things.
Well, I was, you know how I work. I'm a roundabout
like,
kind of
what?
guy.
Is he gonna tie this all together? Yeah.
If you let me keep talking, I would.
Interrupt him at some point.
I know.
Right?
I should have known better. And I was like,
you got to hit the
shit.
point. No, yeah.
Hit a mark and move on. What it is,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I found it interesting. So from the very start, we're introduced to all of these heist characters that they seem very regimented. We were like, are they military? Are they mercenaries? Are they like, who are these people? At the end there, we see fear, we see composure lost. No one actually like, people are dying and they're not really at all as skilled as we believe them to be. And I was like, why have they suddenly switched like that? And then it got me thinking, so they contacted Luke over, what, Call of Duty on the PlayStation? And my brain was like, maybe this is Andrew Koji's, I can't even remember his character's name. Maybe he was just, because the whole, again, I'm going to do it again right here. The whole thing, the whole heist was just him proving a point. He didn't keep the money. He just moved it around, exposed all of these people, and then gave it back. He did it all for fun, not on the scale.
Which is why I thought it was weak. It's
and like,
very, very weak.
I got mirrors of like the Joker. He did everything for fun, but his was maniacal fun to prove a point of a weakness of a city, whereas this was just kind of like, I didn't quite understand. But anyway, I thought, what if he was just playing games online and he recruited Zara, or he recruited Milo and Luke, but every single one of these other people are online gamers. Sniper is a role in a game. Maybe that was his role while they were playing. He's literally just the sniper in the video game. That was my theory. I was like, are they really? Maybe they're not military at all. Maybe they're just online gamers. And he was just the
Yeah.
only one that was wacko enough to go around killing people before anyone else.
I'll be honest, I hate your theory. I don't.
Because it makes a good point.
No, no. It's an interesting theory.
It is an interesting theory.
It's an interesting theory, but I don't. I still believe they had skill and knowledge and know-how, but they
didn't execute it at all.
They didn't. They didn't, and even at the end, I thought, man, they went through all this trouble in the very first episode for these prosthetics and things and hiding from cameras, and not being able to be picked up in facial recognition. At the end, they just rolled up and went into the thing. But I think they had to be professionals. Look at the stuff they had when they went in. They knew to take all the security stuff. Like, they did a good job of covering their tracks.
But I think that was masterminded. I really think it was just one dude. He's like, do all of these steps and you'll get away.
You're sold on this theory, hey?
I am now. After talking it out loud. After talking it out loud, I'm like,
doubling down.
I am. Darren Yoshida. I had to look his name up. Yoshida.
There was one thing that I kind of let me think, because what did I bring this up last time? Won't places like that usually have cameras everywhere, like on their floor, on their level? Just
unless it's
maybe on the level, like elevator. Normally, it's like entrances and elevators.
But then I
see coming in and that sort of stuff. I don't know about like everywhere. I mean, who would want to work like that? Would you want to work where there's cameras on you at all times?
That's true.
It's an invasion of privacy. But as far as like coming in and out of a public building and riding in the elevator, but yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. No, yeah, I guess I don't know, because I haven't worked in any of those, real like financial buildings where people move money all the time. And
oh man, you got to try it one time at least.
I guess maybe a bank, because banks have cameras.
Yeah, so I know it's a little bit different from a bank, but I would just assume due to, especially after it got robbed, I would have assumed they would have heightened the security a little bit or something. But
well, they did something to it, because I mean they all got in there after hours, but everything was switched off. Phone lines were cut. They couldn't get the cops on the I was like, what is going on? Like, there's no power to the building, but they got into the building. What's going on here?
Right, there's a little bit of some holes.
Well, it's a video game. All you have to do is walk up to the keypad and press fucking X, Hayden, and then they just got in,
That's exactly that's how Luke got it. He's like, I just got to get to the front switchboard.
I got to hold square.
Please.
Hold square.
Hold square.
Hold square. Yeah.
Yeah, it's God, I don't know. It's like, for as much as I thought it was, certain things were really, really well thought out and how it grabbed me right away. I didn't think it was the best reasoning. I thought the reasoning was soft. Like, as far as the reveal as to who it was, that was good. And because it had slowed down and there were certain things that I didn't like in 4, 5, 6 that I really liked in 1, 2, 3, when the reveal happened, I was like, okay, oh shit. But then it's like, why? What's going to happen? And one of the things I thought during that even was, they approach you and they go, hey, after I told you this, then this happened. Then after I told you this, then this happened. As you know, Hayden, in the court of law, this is all circumstantial. It doesn't matter. Like, there was no evidence. He didn't leave any evidence. He did, he covered his tracks.
Yeah.
And then he just openly admits to it. And it was like, yeah, I did it to try and teach people a lesson or expose things. I was like, it just didn't have the impact. If that's the reasoning, it didn't. It just to me, it did not have the impact on an audience as like, oh my gosh, it's him. Like, that's why he did it. Oh, it was just like, oh my gosh, meh.
I mean,
Like, it was just, and that's what bugged me because I really, really liked the show. I really did, but I thought the ending was just meh.
I have a workaround on how they could have approached it differently. So we got his motive for it way early, like way early, when he was like talking to Rhys and he was saying that, you know, he used to be one of those people, but now he gets to sleep at night or whatever because he's on the other side of it, helping people get their money back or whatever he's doing. I was like, if we didn't have that reveal of that he hated those type of people so early on, it might have played off better in an admission of guilt. He's like, yeah, I used to be one of these people. They rob people blind. They make $1 million a year, whereas their pensioners make chicken scratch. You know, it would have had a little bit more impact, I think, if they had done his motivation then. But we weren't to know at the time that was, you know, he was the dude. So, but I feel like that would have been a workaround, you know, if there was something there as to why, other than like, my computer is a bank. I can move money around. Take that, motherfuckers.
Tap, tappity, tap.
Yep.
It's just, and what do you say? Eons, digital eons. It's like, ions? Like, what is he talking about? Hey, I have a question for you guys. Did you, I'm going to move a little bit off talking about the show for a sec.
Yep.
Well, like, critically. Anyways, did you guys pick up on the Haydenism?
The Haydenism?
Yeah, which is like an Aussieism.
I worked my
your
way into
idioms.
this show?
No, you know, like you say shit sometimes and we don't know what you're talking about.
I love
They
the
say
fact
something-
Zara used the word dickhead like a bunch of times, and I was so happy about it. I even said it to Alex. I was like, I love the fact she says dickhead. Like, that's an Aussie swear word that isn't used very often over here, and I fucking loved it.
Did they say something about how it looked like they're looking through a bucket of cum or something? Like, I might have missed that one. Missed that one.
Man, no, they, and it's funny, I wrote it down. I was like, what does this even mean? No, they said multiple times. I think it was when Zara, let me find it here real quick. Okay. I think when she was either talking to Luke or Milo, like when she found out why she was the one, I think it was when she found out why she was the one recruited. And they kept saying like, God, I just had it. Oh my goodness.
Play the stall music, yeah.
Leave all this in. Leaving all this in.
Okay, oh there it is. Okay.
And we're back.
Grass you up. Grass you up. You gotta grass me up. We're gonna grass you up. They kept saying grass you up. I was like, the fuck, like, you know, like I can understand the situation that they're in. And then, you know, when somebody says something and it's like, oh, I have no idea what that means. But then if you like really think about like, okay, what are we talking about? What's the context of the conversation? How did they use it? But I was like, I don't know. So Hayden, is that one? Do you know that one?
I
Can you
don't
explain
know
that
that
one?
one.
Can you give your best guess?
Too late. I already looked it up, so I.
Oh God!
I was trying to see if
Put
it wasn't.
the Google away.
No, okay. Now ask Shao what he thinks it means instead of me, because I
Shao,
know what
give me
it
your
is
best. Give me and then Hayden, based on okay. Let's have some fun. Hayden, you look at the camera. Shao, you're gonna start trying to actually guess what the meaning is. He's not gonna get word for word, Hayden, but just the meaning, the general gist of it. And based on Hayden's reaction to what you're saying, you either keep down that line of thought or maybe have to, you know, divert. This will be a fun game. We'll call it something cool.
Well, just based on what you said, grass you up. My visual in my head is to rough someone up, like throw them to the ground. Because when you kind of roughhouse in the field, you get grass, kind of scuffs and stains, on your knees and shoulders and shit like that, or elbows. So that's what I pictured. But clearly, it's cold. So that's wrong. That was my initial. That was
That was your
thought.
initial.
But my second thought, right, to grass you up, obviously means to kind of I can't even think of that term in English. It's to grass you up is kind of like to cut this out. The pause. I literally cannot think of the word in English.
Here's some clues.
Like acting out. No, you gotta be silent.
Oh, I gotta be.
You're doing it with your expressions.
Oh,
You're doing it with
man.
your expressions. You gotta guide them.
Yeah.
You gotta give them the definition through your expressions.
I'm gonna grass you up. They're kind of like to.
I'm like, no, yeah.
What's happening? You can't just.
I
pretend
gotta
you're
like
phony.
just
We
like.
can see you blinking.
rough house. To shake you down, sort of, to threaten you,
Switch grass.
to interrogate, to tumble, roll.
Yeah, he is doing that.
That's like, keep going down that path.
That's the best part. Yeah, in charades when you're trying to guess and somebody stops acting and they just keep doing the finger thing.
You're
Like,
like,
yeah,
to
just keep
roll,
guessing.
to
Like, yeah, but
tumble.
I'm gonna guess. You gotta
I'm not a
have
fucking
those.
thesaurus, man. Just fucking no.
What's
Give me some more
another? What's
synonyms.
another word for it? What's
Is it like
another?
to
what's
rough you up?
close?
Is it like grass you up but rough you up? Oh, to
To-
like set somebody up? To that's it?
Close. But what's
He's
another
just
word for
pointing. I
that?
don't know what
To frame someone.
No,
Okay, so, yep.
you're
Okay,
cold,
to-
Justin hot,
Oh, thank
and
you.
he was on the right track too.
To set somebody up, to grass you up.
For failure. Is it specifically?
Can I use words but not directly?
Sure.
Okay, no, I've got a pitch. Okay, no, you're gonna love this one. You're gonna love this one. This is a visual one.
Here we go.
So it's gonna be What was I?
No, man.
Like a snitch. Like
Yes, that's it. To snitch on someone. I was being a rat. I was a rat.
That was a good rat, actually. That was a good rat.
Grass you up.
We have
Grass
to
you
do
up.
a visual portion of this to post.
Yep.
because
I think so.
How I got snitched from that, I got it, but I'm
It's
not
a
sure what happened in my
magical-
brain to.
Magical leap. It was the best rat ever. Grass you up
brain
is a
needed it to
British
stop.
slang meaning to inform on, snitch, or betray someone to an authority figure.
Ah. There you go.
Interesting. Yeah. So Hayden, you've never heard of that? I'm guessing it's
No.
like strict UK slang,
Yeah.
mayhaps.
Yeah.
British slang. Or grass
Any of
you
our
up.
British listeners, do you recognize that?
Oh,
is that
dude,
a
governor?
term? I want to. Governor.
Oh wow.
Okay, so we got to
What
do
part
this.
of
We
it?
got to do this because we're done. We got to give it the series our ratings, our final ratings. So
Now, is it
We'll
on a
do it at a-
scale? Is it on the same?
Yeah,
Is like Paradise on this scale already, and we're ranking it against Paradise, or is it just its own separate entity?
oh, that's interesting. We could, you know what? We could do a rating for it, and then those based on those ratings will fall in a hierarchy of all the shows and movies we do. Or
Build like
series. We could do that.
a Top Gun list. Where
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
fall on the list?
And then every year we'll do a wrap up of like what our top 3 were or something. Anyways, so yeah, let's do thumbs rating,
Okay.
I'm gonna give it 1.5 thumbs up out of 2, because that's how many we're born with, unless you're
Out of 7.
Yeah.
Okay. No. One and a
All
half.
of these limbs.
all of these limbs. Because I thought it was really good. I mean, last episode you heard me yammering on about it. Hayden had a question if I needed a change of underwear, because it was that, like, it had me. It was so different from what we had just watched, and I loved everything about it: cinematography, pacing, acting, writing, details. It had it all. Thought the second half of the season, the final 3 episodes, did have that at a slower pace, and there was a couple holes, but they were forgivable for me. And if they had nailed the ending, they like half nailed the ending for me with the reveal and the surprise, like, because I thought they did a really good job there. But then again, my biggest down thing is I thought the ending was weak, and yeah, so I can't give it 2. But I thought it was a good show.
I'll go next. It's hard, based on our scale. That's out of 2 thumbs, because I wouldn't quite give it 1 thumb, nor would I give it 1.5. If I had this thumb scale, I would give it out of 3
1 and a
thumbs.
knuckle.
I would give 2 out of 3 thumbs. So 66%, 67%. That's where I land, because I don't think it's quite at 75 for me. I know it's just a little bit of a, but I'm completely with you, Justin. I think the first couple episodes, I was totally invested. Like I said, I probably could have watched the last 3 after watching the first 3, but due to podcasteries,
He said doo-doo.
we broke it up, and the last 3, there were moments where I kind of got put off by it. I agree the ending is quite weak. All the things I complained about earlier, that irked me a little bit. But that's to say, I really don't believe it's a bad show. We didn't really touch on a lot of the positives today on the 3 episodes. I think there are some. I do think it's worth watching.
Well, like we did. We liked the reveal, how they let little clues and did that. The cold wallet thing, the switch. Like, there was some clever stuff in it.
Yeah. And I, like you, with the scene with the mom. I think all the scenes with the mom I really enjoyed, to be honest. Even though the mom was only probably in maybe 4 or 5-ish scenes. But yeah, that's
So 1 and a nub.
1 and a nub. 1 and a nub.
1 and a nuck.
1 and a nub.
If someone had like one of those extra thumbs that comes out, that's like a half thumb. I'd include that.
Okay.
Extra digits.
Yeah.
Extra nub.
Don't do it.
Oh my god! Oh,
put it back.
I'm so glad. Yeah.
Put it back.
And snap.
I love visual bits on a
audio format.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, what is he doing? That they're
Listeners
so excited
will never know
about.
what I just pulled off.
I'm gonna go. I don't know. I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs, because I feel like the pacing of it might have been a little less disruptive if had, like Shao, you said, we had watched in one hit. So I know for the fact, like, because we stopped it at 3, we kind of, and I know that I took a couple of days off to watch the final, and then it felt a little bit, not clunky, but yeah, like you said, Justin, all the setup was there, and the pacing and the intensity of it, and it was like oh, this is like a really good like whodunit heist thriller, small package show. How's it going to end? Yeah, there were some things, and like Shao, I'm agreeing with both of you boys a lot here. This is my fence talk. Welcome to my talk, because you both make good points.
Welcome to
The-
On the
Right.
Fence with
On
Hayden.
the fence. Yeah.
That's what we
There's
call
no-
Hayden's wrap up session.
Every show
On the
is
fence with
100%. There are good things and there are bad things. Everybody enjoys it. I often, to digress, felt like that because whenever I review something, I never give the negatives to people. I'm always like, oh, yeah, it's really good. If you like this, 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 and this, you'll enjoy it. I won't go, oh, it was good, but there was this, this, and this that were wrong with it that you might not enjoy it. So maybe I need to get a little bit more cynical in my objective.
I think too, when you're recommending, everybody's got different opinions, right?
Yeah.
So if it is, yeah.
Yeah. Strong performances all around by the cast. Great, very well shot, very well written for the most part. The ending did let me down a little bit. I might have been half asleep, who knows? But I agree with you boys on the certain things. It could have been stronger. It felt like he just did it for the fun of it. But he didn't say that it was for the fun of it. But there was like, oh, the money's back. And it's over. I'm like, oh. So all of those people just died
Gotcha.
for no reason. They got Ozarked for no reason.
Oh shit! Oh no, not another one.
I brought it back. I didn't feel it was Ozarked though. I was like, oh shit, everybody's dying. Fuck.
I just thought that was like, not coincidence. Convenient.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, that's convenient. Everybody died.
Yeah. There's some things that I would have changed or would have added in. But, I mean, that's the trouble with the 6-episode thing. You maybe could have stretched it out for another 2 episodes and it could have had the dynamic ending that we wanted. And we could have seen a little bit more characters. But who knows? I like the 6-episode format. And I'm going to leave it there. Otherwise, I'll keep on waffling. But great performances. Sophie Turner did a good job. That's the first thing I've seen of hers all the way through. So I was very impressed. Kept me captivated. I didn't feel like I have to see this because we started it like we did with Paradise. I actually wanted to see it through to the end. So
Yeah.
It was much better than Paradise, that's for sure. Yeah. So 2 thumbs up, a thumb and a half, and 1 and a nub. Let us know what you guys thought of the show. You can email us at chummythumbs@gmail.com or reach out over DM and socials. But if you've been following along, so very exciting. This is actually our 99th episode that we have put out. So thank you all, who've been with us. If you've been with us from the beginning, that's insanity. I don't know what's wrong with you. You should probably talk to somebody.
Yeah, definitely.
If you've joined us recently or been with us for a while, we appreciate you so much for coming and hanging out with us. So we thought for our 100th, we want to do something special. So there might be a week in between episodes. So if you don't get an episode next week, there will be one in 2 weeks. Because we're trying to figure out, we want to, as you all know, Hayden lives across the country. So trying to get together has been challenging at times. But
We're working on the visa. We're working on the visa.
Working on the visa. No, because when we started shooting the show, man, we were shooting it live in studio and it was an absolute blast. And then as life went on and stuff happened, we do it remotely now. So for the 100th, we really want to get back together, do something live, do something fun, do something different for you guys and for us. We even thought it'd be fun to shoot something live. And the amount of editing Hayden has to do every week. Maybe it's not the best idea, but why not, man? Let's have some fun. So, thanks for being with us on this journey. We're going to do something fun for the next one. Bear with us if it's not next week, because we want it to be special.
Right.
Yeah. So you can always get in touch with us. Like I said, chummythumbs@gmail.com or any of our socials, Chummy Thumbs. Let us know what you thought of the show. And if you have any ideas
any movies
Yeah.
or TV shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
things
what
you
are
would like to
watching?
see us do on the
Exactly.
100th episode.
Exactly. I was thinking that too. Yes. Anything that after the 100th. But yeah, if you want us to discuss anything on the 100th or any questions for us, we could answer them live, which would be fun also. So until then, my fine people, Don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you're listening. Keep
on
thumbing.
thumbing.